Well, it's the next morning. I'm just gonna walk down here real quick and see how the group that we separated yesterday is doing. Sometimes if you put them in a new environment, that can, I don't know, they don't like it. But it looks like these guys are all right here where we left them, so that is good. We'll give them a little something to chew on. I want to get the rest of the cows fed before we hit the road, so that'll just keep them busy, and then I will not have wasted that hay. It's 49 this morning, and even by my standards, that's not very cold. I know for some of you that's probably t-shirt weather. I'm still going to start the 8N up. I like to give her a good warm up before I start moving round bales around. It's mostly to get the oil warmed up, especially the hydraulic oil. The loader seems to work better. It doesn't strain the engine quite as much if it's warm. So usually in the morning I start this up first. I'll feed at the manger small bales, and by the time I get done there, it's ready to start moving round bales. Gotten too muddy and ruddy out here for me to make this turn in one shot now with my two-wheel drive tractor that doesn't have power steering. So I got to get in here on a 3-point turn, which is no big deal. It still gets the job done. I figured out pretty quickly that leaving this open, I mean, it does work, but you save yourself a lot of time and energy later on if I put this little piece of metal here. I still come down probably once a day with the pitchfork and sort of scoop the hay back in there, whatever they spill over that piece of metal. And what I've noticed is that doing it this way, I have very little waste, which is something that I was worried about with the round bales. They don't really pull very much out of this feeder at all. I mean, you might be able to see a very little bit. I don't even see any right now. Okay, I'm gonna drop another bale for them, so that should give them about 4 days worth of feed if they are consuming it about the same rate they have been. So that'll be nice. I won't have to feed these guys for another 3 days. Chores are done. Let's get these guys loaded up. Hopefully they go a little bit easier than the group yesterday. and hit the road. We should be timing it just about right. This is always a little tricky. Your instinct is to want to leave early, but because we have to go through Sacramento, the traffic is really bad if you do that. So really leaving at about 9 o'clock is ideal. Here goes nothing. You guys are gonna jump right in that trailer, right? 2, 3. Of course, I got this crazy steer in the back. I can tell that you're thinking about doing something stupid. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Hey. 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 Go forward. Put myself in the danger zone. That's the way you do it. All right. Well, I probably have to apologize about the film job. You know, and I have a third camera now, and I kind of forget that I have that. That would have been the perfect time to use it. So we live and we learn, but we got them loaded. They were much easier than the group yesterday. I can't tell you why. Just different groups of calves behave differently, and these guys were pretty agreeable. So we can hit the road, and the timing works out just about right. We should miss traffic. So yeah, let's get going. Always check the latch before hitting the road. Make sure everything's good and secure. I've talked about it a little bit before, but you want to do that before you leave in case they do happen to jump out or be able to escape the trailer. They do it at home where they know where they are and they don't really go anywhere. They just stay here. What is your deal? My goodness. Cry baby. So sad. Oh, get it? Good girl. I knew you could do it. I knew you could do it. The other thing I always check before I hit the road is my trailer connection. I've never actually caught anything with that where it was like, oh, good thing I didn't go on the road. But it's always good to check, because if that did come unhooked, we'd have big problems. Well, that is our second and final load, making a total of 21 calves of mixed gender and color. I didn't really get a breakdown. I figured they'll do that here at the sale barn. So now, while we're in town, I'm gonna run over to Tractor Supply. I need to get some hydraulic oil and also a protein tub for the cows at the winter pasture. So it'll be kind of easy, actually. I just have them drop it in the stock trailer, and then we can run out to the winter pasture and drop it off for those cows. And I don't think that you guys have been out to the winter pasture with me since I dropped them off over there. So today will be a good day to go check on them and see how they're doing. First, let's get some Redmond blocks out here. I'm gonna leave this salt block here where I normally do, and then I'm gonna put a protein tub and another salt block off in a different spot. And while we're here, I always like to check the water level in the pond to kind of get an idea of where the groundwater is at. And it looks like it has come up a little bit. When we first brought the cows out here, this was completely dry. And then this, where he dug down with the backhoe to see where the water was at, was probably a couple of feet down. So it's come up a couple feet, I think, at least. So that's good. Hopefully it keeps on doing that. Well, I was just about ready to drop this protein tub off, and I'm sure the GoPro won't quite pick it up, but off in the background there is a horse. Now the landowners have a horse, and this time of year they let the horse just kind of roam with the cows and eat the grass and all that good stuff. The problem is the protein content in these tubs is too high for a horse to get into, and it can cause problems as bad as killing the horse. So I'm gonna hold off on leaving the tubs out. I've called the owners, and they're gonna lock the horse up. They have a nice little half-acre pasture for it, so they're gonna get the horse locked up sometime today, but until they do that, I'm not gonna leave the tubs out. Yeah, we wouldn't want to hurt Tony, because Macy likes to come pet you. Yeah, we wouldn't want to hurt you, huh? You're a good girl. You're a good girl, aren't you? Yeah, you're a good girl. Sorry, I don't have any treats for you. So I think we're gonna call it a day. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.